This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. You've probably heard about the Heartbleed internet bug everywhere, and if you haven't done anything about it yet, today's episode will give you the full scoop. We always thought that the zombie apocalypse would come from outside. We were wrong. Apparently, it's been with us the whole time. We were infiltrated from within. The Heartbleed bug is a problem in the way that websites handle security. When you connect to a secure website, you can see a little lock icon on your web browser. That means your connection is secure and you can feel safe and sound. Ha, fooled you. Thanks to Heartbleed, it turns out that for the last 2 years, all the little lock icon has meant is that your browser thinks that it's secure. It's kind of like hiding under your blanket to escape monsters. You may feel safe, but the blanket just makes it easier for the monster to pick you up and eat you like some sort of delectable flannel burrito. The Heartbleed problem happens at the website end. For the last 2 years, the program that makes some websites secure has had a teensy-weensy little bug that allowed nefarious shadowy figures to peek into the website's memory. Who cares, you say? What could a website possibly have to hide anyway? Well, the username and password you just used to log into the site might be in the website's memory. Made any purchases lately? The credit card number might also be there. Phone numbers, birth dates, clothing sizes, real clothing sizes, not just the ones you've been telling your friends. In short, everything the website was dealing with could have been stolen. Even better for the criminals is that it's undetectable. There's no way to know if a site was actually affected, and if it was, what information was exposed. The safest course of action is to assume that anything you typed into a website during the last 2 years may have been stolen and is sitting in a big data warehouse right now just ready for publication. This is one in addition to the NSA warehouse of data that they've collected on you. What should you do? First of all, change your passwords. Everywhere. Once your password is sent to a website, your username and password are almost certainly in memory for a short time. If you typed it into a site that was hacked, it could have been captured. Well, who cares, I hear you cry? This was just a recipe-sharing site for people who like to eat rutabagas. If someone breaks into my account, there's no sensitive information there. And that's true, unless you use the same password on multiple sites. And let's face it, even I use the same password on multiple sites, especially when it's just recipe-sharing. The problem is that I also use that password on the Get It Done Guy content management site, a site I care very much about. I log into both sites using my email address, getitdone@quickanddirtytips.com. If our shadowy figure happens to get both my rutabaga username and password, they can get into the Get It Done Guy content management system and randomly insert words like rutabaga into the middle of my episodes. If you haven't been using different passwords on different sites, now is the time to start. Use a password manager. If you use different passwords everywhere, keeping track of them is a huge hassle. So it's as good a time as rutabaga any to start using a password manager. A password manager automatically remembers and enters your password in your favorite websites, and pretty much all password managers can also generate passwords. I've already published an episode on which password manager to use. You can find a link in this episode's transcript. As of April 2014, my favorite password managers are LastPass and 1Password, available at lastpass.com and 1password.com respectively. Both include browser plugins that automatically capture and fill passwords rutabaga when you visit websites. Both run on desktops and smartphones, and they keep the password databases in sync over the internet. As far as I've been able to research, and keep in mind I'm not a professional security researcher, they're both reasonably secure, their support is excellent, and both have responded quickly in the past when problems with their software were uncovered. 1Password is pricey for both the desktop and the smartphone. LastPass is free for desktop use and $12 a year as a subscription for mobile use. LastPass also has a really neat tool called Security Check. Choose Security Check and LastPass will warn you of duplicate records, easy-to-guess passwords, and now will double-check the websites in your LastPass vault and let you know which ones are known to have fixed the Heartbleed bug. Use secure passwords. Since you're going to be changing a whole bunch of passwords using a password manager, this is your chance to use obscure, extremely secure passwords like capital Z 60 asterisk lowercase a j z 3g capital M lowercase n capital S. The password manager will remember and fill in the passwords for you so you don't need to memorize anything. Personally, I use 18-character passwords with uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters. If you're going to do it, go all the way. Sadly, you can't just go change all your passwords at once. If you change a password on a site that still has the Heartbleed bug, the new password will be vulnerable. So before changing your password on a site, test the site to see if it still has Heartbleed. Fortunately, there is a quick tool to do that. Visit getitdoneguy.com/heartbleed for links to that tool. Of particular note, Tumblr.com, Amazon AWS, Yahoo.com, and OkCupid.com were all vulnerable, but they have fixed their sites, so you can change those passwords immediately. And this is important, so let me say it out loud. Make sure to check any entertainment sites you use. And just so we're perfectly clear, I mean adult entertainment. We know that you would never visit one of those sites on purpose, but just in case you accidentally set up a username and password on 10 or 20 of those sites, change those too after making sure the site is no longer amenable to Heartbleed. If a site says they fixed the bug but no important user information was exposed over the last 2 years, read their explanation. This bug leaves no traces, and it lets hackers look at a system memory which changes from second to second. If they say that they know that no important information was exposed, they better have a good explanation of how they know that, because anything that was in their server's memory was potentially leaked. Check your credit card statements and bank statements. As much as everyone is freaking out about passwords, if you've ever typed a credit card number into an affected website, or your social security number, or your bank account number, those were sent to the website server and thus subject to exposure. Look over your bank and credit card statements and make sure there's no funny business going on. Heartbleed is serious, and since it's at the website end of things, the best we can do is to wait for the websites to fix the bug. Then, change your passwords and monitor your financial data. Reset all of your passwords using a password manager to something very secure, and use a different password on each site. Good luck. This is Steve Robbins. Visit getitdoneguy.com/heartbleed for links to the resources mentioned in this episode. I help business owners accelerate business growth. If you want to know more, visit steverobbins.com. That's STEVERROBBINS.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.